Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is. It's Tay Wiz live from the Man Cave as usual. For those subscribers not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please hit that bell. If you're not subscribed to the Twitter page, hit that bird at TAE_WIGGS, as well as the website below. First and foremost, we're going to talk about this Cavaliers team that has been shooken up within the last 3 days. Traded D Wade back to Miami, Derrick Rose and Jay Crowder go to Utah, Derrick Rose get released from Utah. Then you got everybody just in someplace new. Shannon Fry and Isaiah Thomas in Los Angeles. The Cavaliers then blew the team up. What can you say? New faces and new places. You're looking at Isaiah Thomas the other night played very well against the Dallas Mavericks. They brought him off the bench after his agent said he wasn't coming off the bench. People got to realize the agent doesn't run the organization. What Magic Johnson, head coach, and the GM had to say, Mr. Pelinka, the GM, and the head coach said, Luke Walton said, hey, let's bring IT off the bench. Let's slowly bring him in to our lineup and see what he's working with then. Once he went to the bench, he said he felt like Superman after the game was over. He scored 22 points. He wasn't. One thing about Isaiah Thomas, he's not shy to shoot that ball, which you like, but sometimes that can hurt you too as well, forcing the issue when things that are not there. When things are not there on the basketball court, you trying to push that envelope and trying to do great things, you can hurt the team chemistry. That players start doing this to the sideline, talking about him. No, that what was happening in Cleveland. He was pushing the envelope. We know he got the capability to score the basketball. As I've been telling people all the time, I feel like the whole season, or since he came back from that injury, yes, he had one good game with the Cavaliers, his debut. But I feel like after that debut, he was forcing. Because as an individual, you know you can do certain things under certain capabilities. When one of your capabilities is going away, as a man, a guy is going to say, you know what? I'm going to get mine by any means necessary. And that what Isaiah Thomas was doing. He said, you know what? It's like Brian getting all, Kyle Korver getting his. Everybody getting theirs. Except for me, Jeff Green. So he's looking like, all right, I come down the court. I jack, air ball, turnover, personal foul, defensive foul, offensive foul. So instead of letting the game come to him, he's bringing the game to himself. To say, you know what? Me pick and choose my spots. All right, you know what? I can't score here. Guess what? I got this open guy roaming the floor. I'm gonna pass it off. It's different ways you can be inserted into the game and make yourself still feel good. As a scorer, he want to score. He shoots volume shots. And the one thing I'm gonna say about the Isaiah Thomas situation, him going to the team, he's very outspoken. Hey, I'm not mad at him being very outspoken about what's going on, but at the same time, you can't be outspoken when you are going having these bad shooting nights. You 3 for 15 or 6 for 19. You can't do that because at the end of the day, a lot of shots that you was taking, forcing out of threes, was air balls. You go into the hole, you getting blocked. You don't have that explosiveness there because the hip is still acting up. Once you get your explosiveness back, then you can start moving around, be more agile. And you could because, you're hindering. You're still injured. I can tell everybody, Isaiah Thomas is still injured. Yes, he must have had a good game, but he's still injured. But the one person who's probably sitting back laughing at all this is Danny Ainge. He knew what he was working with Isaiah Thomas. He knew how bad the injury was. And guess what? He pulled the biggest heist. He said, I'm going to go get Kyrie Irving. And that's what they did. Kyrie Irving went to the Celtics. And they got Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas, and Ante Zizic. They got 3 players for one. And that one player by himself is excelling by himself. And the other 3 guys, one is still in the Cavaliers, which is Ante Zizic. Crowder's in Utah, and Isaiah Thomas in LA. So When you look at it, the big winner of it is the Boston Celtics. We're gonna fast forward. Like I said, after the trade, they get new pieces. Like I said, Rodney Hood, George Hill, uh, Jordan Clarkson, and Larry Nance Jr. Them guys played well tonight. And the funny thing about it, before the other night they couldn't play because they were still waiting for Iman Shumpert, who got shipped off to Sacramento, part of the six. So they had to wait till Saturday night for him to take a physical so Rodney Hill and George Hill could play. So as I'm going through these things, I'm looking where in the last 3 games to capture the 3-game winning streak. I'm looking at LeBron James against Minnesota. That was a great game. Karl-Anthony Towns couldn't miss a three. He was out there baking Tristan Thompson. But the main thing is the Cavaliers still got to find some different strategy, which they did find different things that I did see different compared to the other 2 games. All right, when LeBron James had 37 points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists the other night against Minnesota and hit a game winner, that was like more to me of the turning point. LeBron said, you know what? I'm going to put the team on my shoulders. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up. But even though he did what he had to do to get the win, that's what you want your superstar and MVP to do on a nightly basis. Not saying LeBron James doesn't do it. We know he got the capabilities of doing this night in and night out. I'm fast forwarded to the second game against the Atlanta Hawks. And you see what he did there. And you better see where I'm going with this. He had 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 19 assists. And the argument going around on social media, and I'm looking at my Twitter and Instagram feed and all this stuff, certain people are saying, how is LeBron James making his teammates better? Like he's saying he went to Miami way, had a finals MVP. Chris Bosh was putting up big numbers in Toronto. But realistically, it wasn't not making them better. The other players LeBron James who made better, Mario Chalmers was even getting good shots. Joel Anthony was getting great rebounds and easy dunks. And it's a when people say he doesn't make the team better, yes he does. When they mean to me, my definition of making the team better, the other guys can go roam around the floor, which means LeBron James is taking the pressures off the other guys, and LeBron James is putting all the pressure on him. The other guys, you know what, LeBron got the ball. Some guys double team him. If you double team, he's going to kick it to a Ray Allen. He's going to hit some threes. In the meaning I said he's making them better because before LeBron James got there, he had 0 rings. So did Chris Bosh. Ray Allen already had one from the Boston Celtics. But Mario Chalmers, those guys who he helped get a ring, Norris Cole, he made those guys get better. So when people say LeBron James don't make his team better, he do make his team better because he make the game easy. He doesn't force a lot of shots, unlike some of the other players out there in the NBA world who are trying to get there. So LeBron James is a guy that I feel like who doesn't get a lot of respect from the people around the world or just a basketball fan. Some people would say LeBron James is a crybaby. Last time I checked, when I watched basketball, all these guys cry for fouls and said he didn't foul nobody. So you can't just single him out and say he's a crybaby. He does things to make his team better. He rebounds. He played a weak side defense. He played a passing lane. He does other things that contribute to his team of winning. And people always trying to criticize, oh, Coach LeBron, Coach G. Y'all telling me that Michael Jordan never took over a huddle from a Phil Jackson and said we're going to draw this up because he have done it before. Kobe has done it before. But when LeBron James do it, he's the GM, he's the coach, he's the water boy, and all this stuff. But what he is doing, he making the young guys come out their shell, what I seen tonight, as he posted 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists on the Paul Pierce retirement ceremony, Jersey night. In these 3 games here, LeBron James scored a total of 83 points. He's averaging 27.6 points per game in this 3-game winning streak. And as well as the rebounds. He had, 10, 12, and 8. 30 rebounds, and he's averaging 10. So I look at the assists, 15 and 19 and 10. He's averaging 14.6 assists a game. That is a triple-double in the last 3 games. I've never seen LeBron James smile this much this season. Yes, he probably got to go back in teacher mode and looking at different things. But the one person, I know I'm talking about LeBron James and what the Cavaliers did, not taking nothing away from them. But one person who's been playing their behinds off is Cedi Osman. Guy, the other night he had 16 points and three steals against the Hawks. And tonight, he played all world. He hustles. He plays defense. And one thing I'm going to say about him, which I do like about his game, he does get back on defense a lot. One thing, this is the second thing I'm going to say about him. Need to slow it down a little bit. Because sometimes I feel like he's just going to the hole too fast. He be out of control. And people say, well, Russell Westbrook plays out of control. No, Russell Westbrook knows his speed. He knows his game speed. He knows when to crank it up and crank it down. Cedi Osman just getting out there and saying, you know what? I've been sitting on this bench the whole entire season. And y'all going to see what I'm working with. And that's what he's doing. They getting out there and playing flat out. He's diving on the floor. He is sacrificing his body for wins. There's only a handful of players in the league that does dive on the floor that do that. So the whole conversation I've been going through the Twitter and Instagram feed, like I was talking about a piggyback. Somebody said Kyrie been doing this since LeBron James got there. And the argument was how LeBron James made teammates better. For instance, Kyrie Irving without LeBron James. We're going to go through this, folks. See, TV not going to say this for you. They're just saying, oh, Kyrie picked the pieces up and he's got Boston look good. But remember, Isaiah Thomas was in that same offense last year and he looked great. Did he or did he not? Don't forget now, people, that Isaiah Thomas, the little engine that could, IT, playing that same offense and defensive scheme to hide him on defense. The same coach. Only thing just changes two players. Jay Crowder is gone. I'm going to say Jay Crowder is gone. That's one. Avery Bradley. That's two. Amir Johnson. That's three. And you got Ante Zizic who didn't see the floor. But those three guys right there made a difference where Isaiah Thomas was being hidden on the defense. And like I said, it's the same coach, got a different scheme now, but that team still has some flaws. Kyrie Irving's not a great defender as well. He's just taller than Isaiah Thomas, so he can make that up in height. Now, hear me out before everybody says, oh, what are you talking about? Hear me out. Just hear me out. So, in the defense they playing, in the Brad Stevens defense, a 2-3. So, you got your two defenders up top, you got three in the back. Now remember, when in a 2-3 defense, your strong defender is on your right side. Your weak defender is on your left. And your other weak defender is on your other side if he's facing this way. So you're going to have Kyrie up here at the three-point line right there. Then you have like Terry Rozier right there because Terry Rozier is a stronger defender than Kyrie Irving. And you look at certain situations, when LeBron James bring the ball up the court, how many times did Kyrie Irving try to guard LeBron James tonight? And how many times did LeBron James trying to guard him? They try to get a feel for each other and what can they do. Yes, Kyrie hit a step back shot on him early in the first quarter to score the first 2 points of the game, and the fans thought it was on and popping. So when I say this, and LeBron James is the same way too. He's not a great defender. He's an okay defender. He's the same thing. He plays in that 2-3 defense too. They hide him on the right side of the floor too as well. Why? Because LeBron James can easily, since he's so quick, he easily zip in from that right side and go straight in the middle and get a steal and pass the ball down court. So when I say that, everybody keeps saying, oh, LeBron James didn't make Kyrie Irving better. Yes, he did, folks. Yes, he did. Before LeBron James came back to Cleveland, in 2011-2012 season, the Cavaliers' record was 21-45, right? That stinks. Right? Terrible. Then you look at this 2012-2013 season, 24-58. That stinks. Then you look at 2013-2014 season, 33-49. So when you look at these records, I'm looking like, that won't get it done. That won't get it done. LeBron James didn't. Yes, he was a rookie of the year in his campaign, but at the same token, LeBron James made Kyrie better, workout wise, eating habits wise. Because Kyrie Irving even said it. He said, "Look, playing with LeBron James, he showed me how to I got to get my body back in shape. He had to stop eating McDonald's and tell him like, look, get you a chef and start eating some vegetables and start eating a little bit more responsible because your body is a temple. You got to make sure you put in the right foods in your engine. If you put the wrong foods in your engine, it will show. As you see, he's vegan now and going through this stuff. He learned that from LeBron James. Because LeBron James was that same player, was doing the same thing too. You seen videos out there in Team USA with Dwight Howard and Darren Williams, they eating McDonald's. And you see how they eat McDonald's. And you see where they at now. And look at LeBron James, where they at. Look where they at. Body's a little leaner. Even though Darren Williams is not in the NBA. But LeBron James learned that from someone else and he passed the torch. That's what it's all about, passing the torch. Then I look at the season where LeBron James come back to Cleveland and play with Kyrie Irving. 2014-2015 season. 53-29, first in the East. That's when they finished the season with. 15 in 2016 season. 57-25, first in the East. And last year, 16-17 season, 51-31. That's first in the East. But nobody's not talking about that. The first thing was say, oh, Kyrie Irving went to Boston, he's doing it his way. Whatever type of beef that LeBron James and Kyrie Irving had going on, that's between them. But at the end of the day, they respect each other as a man. They still got their handshakes going on. You can't take that away. Like they said, they share a championship together. That is a bond that would never be broken. Before people say LeBron James might make Kyrie Irving a better player, he did. He did. Sorry to say that. Yes, Kyrie Irving took the game-winning shot in the NBA Finals, and he had to block. But there's one thing, it's another piece of that puzzle that never get mentioned, and I'm here to shed some light on that. Hear me out. When LeBron James blocked Andre Iguodala, then Steph Curry hit that three. Not Steph Curry, when Kyrie Irving hit that three over Steph Curry to seal the game. What person and what player guarded Steph Curry to make that last game tying shot a difficult shot? It was Kevin Love. Please, stop forgetting about Kevin Love. He's an important piece to that championship. He's been an important piece of the Cavaliers season this whole year, averaging a double-double. He's an all-star before the broken hand. So can y'all please stop ignoring the fact that Kevin Love been contributing to this team since he been in Cleveland. He had to feel his way in the first couple of seasons, but I feel like now he found his groove and he's getting into it. Yes, he got injured. His first goal when they got to the NBA Finals, his arm got pulled out the socket. So don't forget that. Kyrie Irving cracked his kneecap in that same season as well in the finals. So we can't forget that. That Kevin Love was part of that big three who is still contributing right now to the Cavaliers. So once he come back from the hand injury, just imagine, yes, the Cavaliers thumped Paul Pierce's team on retirement night. The Boston Celtics lost 121-99. They lost by 24. Ironic that LeBron James scored 24 points. And you notice every time LeBron James scored a basket, he kept looking at Paul Pierce. He kept looking at him. Jordan Clarkson came in with 17 points, putting in work. Larry Nance Sr. with 5. Rodney Hood with 16. George Hill with 12. These are young guys who are seizing the moment. Don't forget that George Hill has played in 81 career playoff games. Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson hasn't played in any. But Rodney Hood has played in 8. So you still got some growing to do. They still learning everything. But the sad part about it, let's see if they touch on this tomorrow on TV. This Boston Celtics team been together the whole season. The whole season. This same core guys. The same core guys. And LeBron James and his team hasn't been together not even 72 hours. And they come to Boston and blow them out. And the sad part about it, the Cavaliers only had 2 offensive set plays. So you tell me they was running the same play the whole night and y'all still managed to lose by 24? So y'all saying that Brad Stevens is a good coach and he can adjust to anything? Why did he make no adjustments there? If this same team been together, remember they lost. Toronto Raptors in first place right now. Boston Celtics in second. The Cavaliers in third. And the funny thing, the Cavaliers had a bad January. I'm letting you know how bad the East is. You tell me that no team, a Miami Heat, a Washington Wizards, or Indiana Pacers can leapfrog the Cavaliers. So that tell you something. That the Cavaliers, they had a bad January, they was still finding ways to win. They were still finding ways to win. But Brad Stevens didn't make that ultimate move. I'm watching this team. This team is good. The team look way more fluent with Terry Rozier's in the lineup instead of Marcus Smart. And it's a coincidence that Marcus Smart was on a trading block. They know he's a free agent. Somebody's going to pick Marcus Smart up this offseason. But the one thing they haven't said, will Kyrie Irving stay or leave? That is yet to be seen. But realistically, like I said, one thing they gonna say about this night, about Paul Pierce's retirement night, that they gonna ask him, "How was your retirement night?" "Oh, it was fantastic." And see if he says tomorrow on ESPN. LeBron James ruined his retirement ceremony night. Just sit back and let that sink in. I knew the game was over when J.R. Smith came down the middle and threw the hammer down on Aaron Bynes. But when Paul Pierce put that suit on and that face, you know he's going to be a meme tomorrow. You know he's going to be a meme tomorrow morning. That suit he had on, I thought he was on the Dave Chappelle special. I thought he was from the Space Time Haters. That's the suit like he had on. It looked like he had that. That's the same suit that Bernie Mac had on in Players Club when he hit that buzzer talking money, money. Like I said, no hate, having fun. But that's what I seen. But the ultimate person that I am was kind of mad that I didn't see there because he was part of that Boston Celtics championship run. Not Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. Walter Ray Allen. Yes, that's his name, Walter Ray Allen. Wasn't there for Paul Pierce retirement ceremony jersey? Come on, Ray. Come on, you out playing golf. Man, you the ultimate petty dude of the week right now for that. You should have been there. You had to sit next to KG or Rondo. You could have sat on the other side. Come on, man. That's ultimate petty. Y'all won a championship together. Wherever happened, man, get over it. That's old news. That is old news. Too old for that, Ray Allen. Man, you petty man of the week so far for doing that, playing golf with the George Lopez. Like, come on, man. You could have been in Boston for that. A couple of hours. Then you could have went back down to where you're at, Miami or Lake Tahoe, to finish off 18 holes of golf. Petty man of the week. But with that being said, I'm leaving on that note. I'm Tay Wiggs, broadcasting live for the Man Cave. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to that Twitter or that Instagram, please feel free. It's TAE_WIGGS. And so is the website down below. Peace.